Okay, we'll start class today. So in the last class, we have seen very important topic, that is constructor. Okay, so in the last class, we have seen what is constructor. Construct, Constructor is a special member function which is invoked automatically or called when an object is created. It has same name as class name. It is declared in public section of the class. It has no return type. It can have number of arguments. A constructor can be overloaded. It is generally used to initialize an object. Similarly, destructor is a special member function which is called automatically when an object is destroyed. Characteristics: it is defined in public section of the class. Its name is same as class name but preceded by tilde sign. It has no return type. It cannot have arguments and it cannot be overloaded. Generally, destructors are used to deallocate memory allocated by the constructors. Okay. So in today's class, we will see one more important topic, that is inheritance. Inheritance. So what is mean by what is mean by inheritance? When one class acquires the property when one class acquires the property of another class, it is called as inheritance. So what is inheritance? When one class acquires AQUI acquires acquires the property of another class, it is called as inheritance. You can consider one example. In our family, we inherit something from our parents, right? So parents will be your base class, and and you will be a derived class, right? So in inheritance, we are having base class. Base class is a class from which properties are acquired. From which the properties are acquired, right? And inherited class is there. Inherited class. In inherited class, properties are acquired, right, from the base class, right? So from base class we will acquire the properties, and inherited class we acquire the property from the base class, right? So it inherited class will inherit the properties from base class. Right. So base class are the classes from which we acquire the properties, and inherited class are the class in which we inherit the properties, right, from the base class. So there are types of inheritance. So first type is single inheritance. In single inheritance, we are having one base class and one derived class. In single inheritance, we are having one base class and one derived class. Right? That is, in single inheritance, there will be only single base class from which a derived class can acquire the properties. Right? So we are having syntax for it. So class base, this will be the base class from which you will be inheriting the property, and then class derived in which you will be deriving, right? Then after this you are having SS specifier. SS specifier we have already seen. Here it is also called as visibility modes. So SS specifier or visibility modes will be public, private and protected, right? So visibility mode will be public, private and protected, right? So that you need to specify. Then base, and here you will be having body of derived class, right? So in order to inherit a base class, we need to simply write this statement, that is class derived class name colon SS specifier. SS specifier will be public, private or protected, and the base class from which we want to acquire the properties, right? So this is single inheritance. Then next type of inheritance is multiple inheritance. In multiple inheritance, we are having more than one base class and more than one base class which are which are derived to a single to a single inherited class. So in multiple inheritance, you will be having more than one base class and a single derived class in which you will be deriving both the base classes, right? So for this syntax will be class base 1, this will be your first base class, then class base 2, this will be your second base class, and we want to derive it in a single class. So class derived colon then SS specifier base 1 comma SS SS specifier base 2, and here you will be having body of derived class. Okay, so this is second type of inheritance, wherein you will be having more than one base class derived to a single derived class. It is called as multiple inheritance, and you need to see the syntax for it. It has class, derived class name, then SS specifier base 1 comma SS specifier base 2, right? So more than one base class we are deriving into a single inherited class, right? Next type of inheritance is multi level inheritance. In multi level inheritance, base class is derived to intermediate derived class, intermediate derived class, and this class is again derived to another derived class, right? So in this you will be having a level one base class, then derived class 1, and then derived class 2. So for this syntax will be class base, this is your first base class, then this class will be derived to intermediate derived class. We will see derived 1, body of derived 1 class, and again this class will be, okay, one second, here we need to write SS specifier and base class, then this derived class 1 is again derived to derived class 2, derived 1, body of derived 2 class. Yes, in your derived. This is called as multi-level inheritance, right? Next type of inheritance is hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. In this hierarchical inheritance, one base class may be derived to more than one derived class. Right? So in hierarchical inheritance, we are having a single base class which is derived to more than one derived class, right? Or we can say which is inherited to more than one derived class. So syntax will be class base. This will be your base class, then class derived one colon ss specifier base class body of derived one class. Similarly, we will derive this same base class to derived class 2. Okay, like this. So this is next type of inheritance, and last type of inheritance is called hybrid inheritance. In hybrid inheritance, it will be the combination of of above type of inheritance. Okay? So hybrid inheritance will be combination of one or more type of inheritance which we have already seen, right? So if anybody has any doubt, you can ask in the chat box, right? I will now show you how you can write actual program for inheritance. So it is very useful tool in object oriented programming. So what is the use of inheritance? Inheritance is allow us to reuse the code which has already been written, right? So we can use already existing code, so it will save lot of time of developer, because he need not to develop the whole code from the scratch. We can simply use the already existing files and can write the new updates for the software. So once again we will revise what is inheritance. Inheritance is a property wherein one class acquires the property of another class. Okay, So in this, the class from which the properties are acquired is called base class. The class which inherits the property from the base class is called inherited class or derived class. Then we have seen types of inheritance. First type is single inheritance, in which one class acquires the property of another. One class acquires the property of other class. That means it has one base class and one derived class or inherited class. In multiple inheritance, we are having more than one base class which are derived to single inherited class or derived class. In multi-level inheritance, a base class is derived to intermediate derived class, and this class is again derived to another derived class. Yeah, so it forms the level of inheritance. Then next type of inheritance is hierarchical inheritance, in which one base class, in which one or more base class may be derived to, sorry, one base class may be derived to more than one derived class, right? So in this hierarchical inheritance, you will be having a single base class, and this single base class is derived to more than one derived class. Last type of inheritance is hybrid inheritance. In hybrid inheritance, we can have the combination of one or more inheritance which we have already studied, right? So we will try to implement we will start first from single inheritance. Okay, so I will include the files as include on io.h. Then we will write class, base class, wherein I can use some function. Okay. So I will use some function. I am writing show. Here I will write cout. This is base class. And now I will write another class derived, wherein I can derive the base class. So I will use the SS specifier as public. This is also called as visibility mode. I will explain after this example what is the meaning of visibility mode. So again I will write here public, then void show 1. Here I will simply write cout slash n. This is this is derived class. And here I will end this class as well. Okay, so we have written one base class wherein we have written a function show, and another class we have written derived, in which we have written a function show1. Okay, so now we will write main and we will try to call this. Okay, so CLRSCR. I will derive D. Now I can use this object. This object derived D is the object for derived class, right? But since we have uh, inherited this base class also, so this function is also get included in the derived class. So we can use this object D to call functions in the base class as well. So I will write here D dot show and D dot show 1. CH. Cursor F9, control F9. Okay, so here you can see it is calling both the functions, right? This is base class and this is derived class. Okay, so like this you can use inheritance. This is single type of inheritance. Now one more thing you need to understand, that is visibility mode. So what is this visibility mode? Visibility modes are, what are the visibility modes? Public, private, and protected. These are the visibility modes which are available. Okay, so if a particular data member here in the base class, if a particular data member is public, then whatever if you are using visibility mode as public and the data in the base class is public, then it will retain as a public member in the derived class, right? uh, if it is private, then it will retain as private in the derived class, and if it is protected, then it will retain as protected in the derived class. Means what? If you are using the visibility mode as public, right? For example, in this class we have used visibility mode as public. So whatever contains there in the base class will remain same. Whatever access specifiers uh, are there in the base class will remain same. That is, public will be public in derived class, private will be private in derived class, and protected will be protected in derived class, right? So if we use private as access specifier, here this private will not be inherited. right? Why private is not inherited? While studying the properties, we have already seen that private members are accessible only inside the class, whereas public is accessible everywhere and protected are accessible only in the inherited class. So private access, the private data of the base class will not get inherited. Again, if you use visibility mode as private, then the public data becomes private in the inherited class. As usual, it is private data is not inherited, and protected data will also become private in the inherited class. When you use protected as a visibility mode, then public data of the base class will become protected, private data not inherited, and uh, protected data will remain protected in the derived class, right? So once again I will repeat, these are the visibility mode and these are the access specifiers in the base class, right? These are the visibility modes and these are the access specifiers in the base class. So if you use public here like this, in the example we have used public, if you use public as a visibility mode, then whatever public data is there in the base class will remain public, private will not be inherited, protected will remain protected. Means if you use visibility mode as public, that means the base class data will remain as it is, its specifiers remain as it is. But if you use private here, if you use private as a access specifier, then the public data will become private in the derived class and protected data will also become private in the derived class, right? Similarly, if you use protected as a visibility mode, then public data will become protected and protected data will remain as protected in the base class. हाँ, 12 से पहले खत्म हो जाएगा. Okay, so these are the access specifier. Now for example, if you try to convert this public as protected, let's see what happens. Protected, I will save it, F9. So now it is giving an error. Okay, why it is giving an error? So d dot show, which was previously public, now becomes protected, right? If you create another object for base D and if you use B here, you will not get any error. Okay, so it is executing as it was executing previously, right? And if you use again private here, again you will not be able to access this using object of derived class. Again it will show an error. Okay, it is showing an error, show is not accessible. Yeah. Okay, so anybody has any doubt? We will stop here. In the next class we will uh, continue with the inheritance. Anybody has any doubt, you can ask me, because it is very difficult topic. And yes, anybody has any doubt? Okay, so we will stop here today. Anybody has any doubt, you can ask.